Welcome back to the R.E.L.I Forge podcast. I'm your host, Christopher Wilkins, and this is where we recognize truth, evaluate the path, leverage wisdom and discipline, and implement change through action. R.E.L.I is a developing philosophical doctrine built around self-recognition, responsibility, discipline, and the lifelong process of becoming who you are meant to be. In the first episode, The Journey Begins Within, I introduced the purpose of the book, what R.E.L.I means, and the framework behind it, which is recognize, evaluate, leverage, and implement. Today, we are stepping into Chapter 1, Recognize. The episode is titled Recognition is the Weapon, Taking Back the Present. I'll be reading the opening of Chapter 1 along with the journal entry under this chapter titled Time. This will be a shorter episode, but there's a lot packed into it. As this podcast develops, most of these book readings and episodes will probably stay around 10 to 20 minutes in length, direct, focused, and built for reflection. In this reading, I'm going into self-recognition, honesty, personal patterns, and the way we either own the present moment or let time, fear, and distraction own us. If you're listening live and something stands out to you during the reading, feel free to drop into the comments. Once I finish the reading, I'll come back to the comments and we can talk through any questions, thoughts, or reflections together. All right, guys, so let's get into it. Chapter 1, Recognize. And here's the introduction for Chapter 1. Recognition of oneself begins with reflection upon personal faults and an honest examination of why one acts in a particular way. To receive the full benefits of this phase, you must be honest with yourself. Totally and completely honest. If not, you rob yourself of personal gnosis. You must go deep into self-reflection. Do not carry shame for the patterns of life you learned as a child. You had no control over how you were brought into this world, nor over much of how you were raised. But you do have the power to recognize your patterns now, and once you recognize them, you are no longer ignorant of them. Recognizing is the first step. From there, you can begin to understand how you shape your own reality and thought process. Stop betraying who you are through delay, fear, and self-neglect. Do not sell yourself beneath your nature. One day, the chance to set it right will pass. Life grants enough time for a man to align himself with what is right if he uses it with intention, but many exhaust their days chasing approval while neglecting the truth already placed in their own conscience. Are you being thrown around by every little thing happening around you? Slow down, focus, and make time to learn something real. Something that feeds your character, not your impulses. And be warned, staying busy is not the same as having direction. A man can run all day and still be going nowhere. Stillness is power. Aimless motion is weakness in disguise. Quit guessing what other people are thinking. You do not suffer because of what is in their heads. You suffer because you do not know what is in your own. Get your mind right and stay out of theirs. You are part of something bigger, a system, an order, a purpose, and no one, not your critics, not your circumstances, can stop you from living in line with your nature. You know what kind of man you are made to be, so stop delaying. Be that man. You are a soldier in the order of nature. Act like it. You have begun the only real journey there is, inward. Recognition is the weapon. Honesty is the edge, and you have chosen to wield it, not flinch from it. That separates men from noise. You are handed patterns, some helpful and some harmful, but now you can see them, and once seen, they can no longer rule you. You are done being tossed around by other people's thoughts, done moving without mission, and done placing your soul in someone else's hands. Now it is you versus you. All right, guys, now we're going to move on to the first journal entry under Chapter 1. This journal entry is labeled Time. Time, a construct of our own devise. We have carved it into hours and years so we could measure the march of change. But the clock is not the truth. It is our tool. The only real moment is the one you're standing in. Past and future live only in the mind, but the present lives in the hands. How much time do we waste? We drift through life worried about future plans or where we will end up, forgetting the present for what it is, the only thing we truly have. Recognizing this is a key to living well and to understanding the meaning of life. If we live in the past and blame it for our present condition, we can never fully inhabit this moment. Nor can we rightly learn from the past in order to improve from it. And if our minds are consumed by fear of the future, we surrender the only time we actually possess. Life is meant to be experienced in the present, not relived in the past or stolen by the future. Deal with what stands before you right now. Enjoy the time you have been given and stop reaching for time that no longer exists or for time that has not yet arrived. To be in the present is to be alive. Say to yourself, time is not my master. It is my instrument. I will not chain myself to the past, nor will I be consumed by the mirage of the future. The present moment is my only true possession. And it is here that life is lived. Each breath, each choice, each act exists only now. To waste the present in regret or worry is to trade life itself for nothing. Today I stand in what is real. I will shape it, live it, and own it fully. For to be alive is to be in the present. That's the end of the journal entry labeled time. I hope this really helps you guys. Something that has really reflected me currently when I think about time and reaching for the past. Just a couple years ago, I was competing in powerlifting. I was starting to get stronger, and my numbers were getting higher. I squatted to 600 pounds, deadlifted 650, and benched a little over 405 pounds. That was 2 years ago, and since then I had some injuries, not due to powerlifting. They were old military injuries that's kind of catching up with me in my age. And I had to take some time off from the heavy, intense training. And recently I just been kind of been thinking about the past and like, I need to get back to that. I need to get back to where I was a couple years ago in terms of strength and training. But I have to recognize where I'm at today. And I'm older now. I've had some injuries. I'm still in the recovery phase. And I recognize that to stop reaching for the past because I'm no longer living there. I'm living today and right now what's going on. And today my plans and my goals and my mission has changed. I'm no longer conceited with myself, and I'm no longer full of myself or trying to prove something. My life journey has completely shifted. While I'm on here, I want to give a shout out to the guys on Brothers of Many Words podcast. This is another podcast that I'm on. I was invited to join this podcast about 2 months ago. And about a month ago, the guys Robert Pride and Bernard Mackey and Corey Hill, they asked and invited me to become a co-host on the podcast. And it was really these guys are the ones that really inspired me, and it helped to give me the motivation and also other people to look up to actually start my own podcast, what we're on today, the R.E.L.I Forge. And this is my goal with all of this. I'm here to be real with you. And I want to help other people recognize themselves and have self-worth. And I want to help other people become leaders and be able to lead this world. We all are connected. Every single person in this world, we are all connected. Everything we do affects another person beside us. And when we can start recognizing that and recognize our own patterns, you can understand humanity a little bit better. And you'll be able to change the world. I know we don't think of it. We think, we need to do this big, massive change on a big, grand scale. But it's the little things you do every day, the split-second choices, the decisions, those interactions you have with people, those short interactions, those are what build the world. Your decisions that you make every single day on a daily basis, those add up to what your life is. And if we're always focused on the big picture and I'm going to do this, you're never going to come back and realize what's in front of you and to live in the present. So anyways, I hope this guys helps you guys out. Don't ever hesitate to comment. I'm also on TikTok at the R.E.L.I Forge, YouTube at the R.E.L.I Forge, and Spotify at the R.E.L.I Forge. And we also have a Facebook now too called at the R.E.L.I Forge. I do know I made a post earlier on TikTok that I'm going live on YouTube and Facebook. I didn't realize that the page had to be more than 60 days in length from when it was established before I can go live. And then I have to wait 24 hours on YouTube for me to be able to go live. So our next episode on Sunday, I will try to be going live then. So to close this out, in closing, guys, I want to close with my 3 pillars of success, which is faith, dedication, and discipline. So to end it with our first pillar is faith. Trust in your own power. Believe deeply in your purpose. Build unshakable confidence through action. Second pillar of success is dedication. Show up when no one's watching. Stand firm in your commitment to grow. Put in the reps mentally, physically, and daily. And discipline. Forge your own character through consistency. Set your code. Follow it without compromise. Control your impulses and command your results. As always, recognize truth, evaluate the path, leverage knowledge, wisdom, and discipline, implement change through action. Love you guys. Out.